So welcome to this video. In this video I want to show you how I fitted this incredibly useful Lagun Swivel table, and the reason for doing it is so that I can use it to do my editing when I'm on the road, and it's just at the perfect sort of level for me to do some editing. Now I've just finished editing the video about how I fitted this table, and I could lie to you and I could say everything went well and it was dead easy to fit and it's no problem and everything's wonderful. But I had a bit of a problem with it, and the reason I have waited so long before fitting one of these tables is I was sort of dreading doing it, really. So what I want to do, particularly in this video, is show you what went wrong, and when I was editing it, that's when I learned what I was doing wrong. So stick with us to the end of the video and I'll go through what went wrong and how you could not do the same, not make the same mistakes basically. So I hope this is going to be useful. So let's have a look. Yeah, so in this video I want to show you how I'm fitting this Lagun Swivel table mount, and show you how I got on. I've seen a couple of other people fitting these, but not necessarily in a motorhome like ours. We've got a Swift Kon-Tiki Sport 574, and it's got a front lounge and two sofas either side, as you can see here. And one of the problems we have with it is it's got a table, and the table, let me just put that down, the table is absolutely massive and it takes up a whole sort of aisle once you've got it in place. So once you're sitting behind the table, it's difficult to get in and out. So what I'm hoping to do is to be able to use a small table like this that can swivel in and out. And particularly what I'm interested in is being able to have it here, so I can use it like, well, basically an editing studio. So I can use my laptop, put my laptop on here, and I can edit, and then we're not using it, it will swivel out of the way. So that's why we bought this contraption. Now, the idea of this is it has a bracket. Let me show you the bracket. It has a bracket like this, and that slides in here. It's really difficult to do this way around. See what I'm doing here. That's it. And the bracket allows the table to go up and down, and we've got a handle here. It's a ratchet handle, and you can pull it out and you can sort of ratchet it into place, and that will eventually, and that will lock the bracket in your chosen position, and the handle gets out of the way. So that plate here, I'm thinking of fitting on this panel down here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then with that fitted down there, this table can then swivel. Now what I've got to be careful of is I don't put it too low, so it would be down there somewhere. I can't put it too high because I wouldn't be able to get it any further down, so a bit of careful positioning is required here. Undo that. If I put it like that at its lowest extent, the highest it will ever come is either there, or if I put it right to the top up there. So I do have to be careful, so a bit of careful positioning. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. But just to explain a little bit more, this whole thing swivels. I can show you. This whole thing swivels. The table will sit on top of this platform here, and you can swivel it out of the way. Obviously this is also designed for oblong tables. Doesn't matter so much with a round tabletop, but if you put an oblong table on there, you could have it in any position. You'd probably just have that bit fixed there, but I've got to decide where I'm going to put it down here. It's quite a heavy bit of kit as well. It all comes apart, so you can undo that. You can actually put that. You could actually put these brackets away somewhere in a cupboard if you don't need it. Just unscrew them, take them apart. That comes off as well. He said tighten it up. There we go. So this whole thing comes off as well. And it feels well, very well made. Quite difficult to get that in there. So I'm going to do a bit of measurement and I'll show you my thoughts. I probably ought to mention that this tabletop was bought separately, so you can obviously get different sized tabletops, different colours. I bought this to try and match the work surface of the kitchen. I'm not sure I've done a particularly good job, but it's dark anyway, and I think it will look okay. Let me just show you under our sofa here. So obviously we've got the leisure battery in here, and I normally keep my aqua roll and thing in there. But there is a panel here, and I've unscrewed this, and it's really to sort of cover up wiring, so it's not doing anything really important. So I've unscrewed it. It's got 4 screws, one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then you can just slide this out of the way. It's really difficult doing these one-handed, but that will eventually come out. As you can see, it's just wiring under there. So I'm thinking I'm going to mount the plate with the bolts coming through somewhere here, because I've got an edge there. So it would mean my panel would be somewhere here. Now you can see that this curves as well, like that. So I'm probably thinking that pole, let's see if I can show you this. That pole will go down there somewhere, but I've obviously got to leave some room so it will go up and down. Now the instructions say to leave 8 centimeters minimum between the floor, otherwise it might not go high enough. I don't want to go too high because of this strut here. If I'm going to be able to show this, let's move the bed out of the way. That strut, I can't put it any higher than there, because that strut's sort of in the way. So that sits along there, if you imagine. So if I could put it just under that bit, that would do me. Let's see what we can do. Centimeters, we'll go out there. These are dry erase markers, so I can rub them off. So I think the plate wants to go down there. Yeah, so the instructions say mount the fastening plate with its lower edge at least 8 centimeters above deck, otherwise the table will be too low. So that would put this plate about there. This is quite close. It also means then that the edge is coming to about there. Now we did think of mounting it on that side. I know when I watched Rob and Lynn do a similar system, they put it on that side. The only reason we're putting it on this side, the driver's side, is Poppy sleeps over there. Our little Westie sleeps on that chair when it's swiveled. And just seemed a bit more logical to put it here in the seat where I normally sit. Now I'm a bit worried, like I said earlier, by that strut there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it, if I can, where the bottom edge is of that strut. There. But I really don't want the top edge to come any higher than that. So I've marked 10 centimeters above the floor there and marked where the thing goes. So I think as long as I stick to about 10 centimeters, we should be all right. So before I go any further, I want to do a quick sanity check, make sure See it? Can't see my line there. Right, that's at its lowest position. Okay. Hold it there. So its lowest position. So that's okay. I've still got knee room there. There's just about enough there. You can put it a little bit further up. Don't want to come off the bracket though. This is a real problem. Doesn't really give me an awful lot of room for manoeuvre here. But I think about there will be all right. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. You don't normally have the table right up there, do you? Okay, let's just try it the other way around. Try it here. About there. Yeah, I think that's okay. There. Just a little bit rubbing on my knees there. I think I can come up a little bit further. I'd be happier if I did. Let's have a look. I had to put this cushion back to make sure I knew where the seat was. Just get rid of this out of the way. Yeah, if I was mounting it there, I could come up about there. I think that would be okay. So it'll be 12 centimetres up. And these are only rough measurements. I know that is 12, that's 11, that's 10. So if I was at 12, it's going to be tight, but I think that would be better. Give me a little bit more room. So I've marked 12 from the floor, which is there. That one there. Get rid of that one. The unit can go down there. So I marked the first hole. Okay, what remains to do is to get the bracket level. There's a bit of a problem here because I'm on a bit of a slope here on my drive. If you can see that bubble there, that bubble on the floor is just sort of between the two edge lines on here, which means that if I mount this vertically using a spirit level, it won't be level when the van's level, if you see what I mean. Yeah, so just a little bit, not too much. And that's got us pretty level. So what I'm thinking of doing now is drilling the first hole, just a little hole, through here somewhere, and then we can sort of mount the plate, and then we can adjust it and put the other bolts in afterwards. And just start with a little hole. Yeah, so that's come through there, so I think I'm just below my danger line, as it were. Now the bolts that come with it are fairly big ones. I'm not sure what size they are. Doesn't say. No, it doesn't say on there. Then I'll get a drill that size. That's better. That's better. So now if I loosely do the bolt up at the other end. Right, the bolt just about long enough. It's on the nylock thing, and I've done it up. Now what I want to do is get this level before we do anything else. I've discovered it's very difficult to get these holes so that that's level, so what I've had to do is widen out the hole a little bit to give us a little bit of leeway and a bit of adjustment. Now, the next problem is putting the holes through that way. I can't get in there because the drill won't fit. Just can't get it in there, so I'm going to have to drill it from the other side. So what I'm going to do is just mounting that there. Now the kit helpfully comes with a bit of plywood that can go in there as the backing plate. So I'm going to mark my holes and I'm going to drill through there, and I'm going to make the holes a bit bigger than they need to be so I've got a bit of adjustment, otherwise I'll never get it straight. So I'll go through there and through there. I just realised I've got to leave that in place, haven't I? Come on, I'm going to do that. No, it should be alright, shouldn't it? Just drill through the holes. Now wait a minute, if that moves, if this moves, then the holes will be in the wrong place, won't they? Oh, blooming heck. Yeah, so let's drill the pilot holes through here. Try and get this level. Battery's gone. And drill the other holes. Right. Important thing is level. I had to make those holes quite a bit bigger to move it over. I don't quite know what I did wrong. I thought I had it level when I drilled those holes, but obviously didn't. But now I've got it in there and I've got it level, and that's such a relief. To get this back, I'm going to have to take some wood off this bracket here. I'm actually going to have to take about that much off there. Right, okay, that's it in place. Fix the table to that, and just got to tidy up a bit. And that's it fixed down there, and there's the table. So does it get your seal of approval?
It's very good. I'm very impressed actually. Yeah. Because the big advantage is that you can keep all your stuff on here rather than trying to use that or put it on
the kitchen even.
And it's recreated what we had in the Bolero, hasn't it? Because you had the table there.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't, your seat's not quite round like
that
one used to be.
No, you can't put it all the way around anyway.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
No, but
it'd be ideal for the laptop.
Yeah.
And even when you've got some friends around, we're just thinking, obviously they could probably reach over there for the drinks if you just sit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can pass them a drink, or
yeah.
I mean, it's not that so much that I didn't like. It's the fact that you were leaving all your cameras and everything on here.
Yeah.
Where, you know, there's water and you're trying to cook and...
Yeah, I made a right blooming mess.
Well, I'll leave you to tidy that up.
But yeah, no, it's a bit of a struggle, that was. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I think this is, I can edit from here. And put my stuff on here, cards and things.
For you, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't have it on your lap or...
Yeah.
Don't quite know how you've managed to do it
No.
like that.
It feels fairly secure. It's a little bit of a wobble, but I think that's probably more to do with what it's mounted to, but it's other than that, yeah. I think one of the really nice things about this table system is this ratchet handle. It's you pull the handle out, and then you can turn it. You can loosen it off, you can tighten it up. Important because obviously you haven't got much space down here. You don't want that handle sticking out, or indeed under there you don't want that handle sticking out. Yeah. So that's the table in my editing position, I think, and probably during the day we'd probably more likely have it something like that, and put coffee and things on it. I think it would be great if you had a bigger table, because you can actually swivel this part as well, but obviously being circular it doesn't make any difference if I swivel it, because I've put it in the centre there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so I think basically what went wrong when I put this table up was my lack of drilling skills. I think where I put one hole in, I thought it was quite a good idea. I put one hole in, I get the table level, I use a spirit level, I make sure it's level, and then I'll mark the other hole. Now I did that, and I drilled the other hole, I put the other bolt in, the second bolt in, and when I tightened it up, it was off. It was not hugely off, but it was noticeably off, and I thought, well, why is that? Well, anyway, I carried on and I drilled the other two holes, as you saw, from the other side, because I can't get to it from down there. I suppose I could have removed the driver's seat. It would have been a bit drastic to do, but I tried to drill it from the other side. So I think what went wrong was I drilled the holes at different angles. And I think looking at the video, I think I went down on one of them and possibly straight on the other. So what happened was you had two holes like that, and of course that twists it slightly. And I think I did the same coming the other way. So it wasn't the end of the world, because all I did really was I made the holes a little bit bigger. Now that's not a problem when you're clamping something, because once it's clamped it's not going anywhere. So don't be put off doing this. It's recoverable as long as you don't make too much of a big hole when you're doing it. It's, you know, it's not the end of the world. So I thought I just wanted to share with you what I think went wrong, and it's my lack of DIY skills. You know, I failed my CSE in woodwork. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this useful, and if you did, give us a thumbs up, and it would really help me if you subscribed as well. So thanks for watching, we'll see you soon. Bye then.